All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. First of all, let's go over how do we look and how do we sound. Hopefully.
Man, a little choppy.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't use my good camera for my end. For my end, that is. Okay, good, cool. Let's get the party started. All right, guys. So, for those of you that might have missed my comment in the chat, we ran into technical difficulties like usual with this shit. I think StreamYard is a lot faster and easier, but Skype Ecamm is a little more professional. So I have to deal with it every time I put on a new guest because it's the connections. So they said you're blurry, but Native is blurry, but it is what it is. It's probably the connection on the internet connection on his side, but it is what it is. We will adapt. So.
Yeah, my internet sucks.
Yeah, I think everyone does since everyone's home, you know. So the first question someone is already throwing at you, which I was going to ask, but what nation are you from?
Tuscarora on my dad's side and Lumbee on my mom.
Say that again. I've never heard neither of them.
It's Tuscarora on my dad's side and Lumbee on my mom's.
Lumbee. Okay, gotcha. Very good. All right. Angry looks sounds good, but native is blurry. Sound is. Yeah, guys. Like I said, the thing with the internet is that people I interview, some internet's better than others. Right now, his internet is what you call it. His audio is
shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that too. So let's see if I can, without fucking anything up. Let's see if I can adjust it on my side. That's my mic. Test. Hopefully that works. You say something?
Hello.
All right.
How does that sound?
It's a little better. Yeah.
Still shitty? Alright.
Fucking assholes. No, this guy's at work. Just being jerk-offs. It's way too hot. Yeah, someone's saying that you're... Oh, can you turn down the volume of your mic on your end? At all possible? Yeah. This is why StreamYard is so much fucking easier. Test. I can't hear you now.
Alright. How about now?
That's good. That might be better. Some people are saying echo, some people are saying not. Whatever, man. Echo Bravo. Alright, you now, LOL. Listen, guys, like I said, sorry. If you can hear both of us now, just say yeah, and we'll deal with it from here on. People are saying 5x5, much better. All right, good. I mean, one person said much better, but fuck it, it is what it is. We will move forward. Hopefully, it'll get better in the next stream. So, for those of you that can tolerate our shitty instrument problems, you can follow us over at the Angry Truth channel right after this, where we're going to open it up to more political-based discussion. So we're going to try to stay away from the political discussion on this part right here. All right, so Native and Devout is a channel that I've been following for a while. I think he calls himself Native Voice, right?
Yes.
Okay, because and to be honest with you, I fucked up the spelling. I traditional spelling of voice, and I see that you put a Y in there, and I'm like, fuck. So I'll fix it. I'll fix it later.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was totally offended.
Yeah. So. So Prepper Tribe was like, he's seen worse. Very good. We got a link. So all right, listen, it's it's good to have you on. And again, guys, I've been following him for a little bit, so I've actually vetted this channel in the sense that I got to know him a little better before I just threw him on here. Again, that's the process moving forward with everyone. So, being that I've been watching him for a while and watching how he interacts with other people, which is something that I failed to realize when you put people on the show. You'll have somebody come on your show and they're fake as shit. Native is not one of those dudes because I see how he interacts with other people. So he'll call it out as he sees it, and he'll let you know that he disagrees with you in a heartbeat. So that's a good thing. That's why we need more of this. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, not a problem. All right, man. So moving forward, I had to ask you this: are you a prepper or a homesteader?
I kind of call myself a long-term prepper who's transitioning into a homestead. We're about 4 years into trying to go full off-grid. So, I mean, I've been prepping for a long time, and we're just trying to set up the homestead so we can be self-sufficient.
Okay, very good. So what does being self-sufficient mean to you in the stage of homesteading?
All right. I mean, the long-term goal is to produce our own electricity, to produce our own food, our own fuel. Like, we're trying to learn to make biodiesel. My wife is learning to crochet and knit clothes. I mean, we're going to be raising sheep and making our own wool. I mean, completely self-sufficient. I don't want to have to depend on, the government or anyone for anything.
Wow. Okay, very good. Okay, so you said you've been doing this for about 4 years now.
Yeah. I started prepping about 15 years ago, and just the longer I got into it, and the more I learned, the more I realized self-sufficiency was the way to go. So yeah, but we've been trying to transition into homesteading for 4 years.
Is it I take it. Not I take it. I know that it's a long journey, but is it more work than you expected?
God, yes. It's full time. Just a little farm, a little 1 acre farm. We started with 1 acre, a 1 acre farm, and then once we get a hold of that, we're going to expand out to 5 and then 10 and so on. But it's so much work. I have to get up in the morning before I go to my full time job, take care of all the animals. It's planting season, so then I'm going to get up earlier and take care of the plants, and then go to work, come home, make sure all the animals are good, got everything they need. So my pigs are tearing up everything in their pen. I have to check on them every day.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot more work than what I thought it was going to be.
So, it's funny. All right, so but the thing with homesteading, at least to me, is I equate it to farming. And, just looking at a lot of farming videos and shit like that and watching guys get up and, the crack of fucking dawn to get up and do what they need to do. I take it's got to be harder than that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, God, every time I get into a certain aspect of what we're doing, I find out other little things that go along with it that's work. Like keeping the greenhouse warm, because if it gets below a certain temperature at the greenhouse, the plants will die. So I had to figure out ways to keep it warm. We moved a full-blown fireplace in there this winter, and that means you got to have wood and fuel for it all the time. So that's another chore I had to get into is chopping wood. Devout Lion's helping me get into that. He's been, every time he comes over, me and him try to gather wood and get stuff together. But yeah, it's always another little chore.
Sounds cool. Listen, not for nothing, but you guys are young enough to do the shit, so it's not like starting at like 70 and trying to get it done. Listen.
Yes, absolutely.
If you look at it that way, the youth aspect, you guys will be fine. But I do like the fact that you're trying to be self-sufficient as much as possible. Now, try to remember this question for the Angry Truth interview, but do you think the government is going to infringe on your homesteading life and rights? Try to remember that question for then. Don't answer it now. Just think about it, and then if
I was about to rant.
Yeah, because I've heard of it from other places, but I want that to be settled in the back of your head. You're probably gonna have to remind me about it come
Okay.
next episode. All right, so I know a lot of you homesteaders have this like die in the wool thinking like, yo, we're not going anywhere. This shit is it. Um, do you have a backup location or a bug out location other than that?
At first I didn't. At first I was like, die hard. We're bugging in. If we're gonna make this, this is it. This is our hill. We're gonna die on. But be honest, after listening to so many other channels and being on other channels and discussing this and listening to other people's plans, it's made me realize this place is as awesome as it is to us, how much we love it. It's not worth my kids' lives, it's not worth my wife's life, or my parents. They live here too.
Okay.
So I mean, we have been looking into it. There's a couple of locations we got picked out. There's another location where we have a lot of family on my wife's side. They have a great setup. They've been there for 50 years, and there's just farmland, and they got cattle. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. So that's one location, and then there's a national forest about 30 minutes from here that I've been scouting out all kinds of places there too. Just have a contingency plan.
Yeah, everybody needs a contingency plan right now, man. I think that's the basis of prepping, and I think people, I, you know what? I hope people are waking up to the shit that's going on and happening, and going, you know what? I got to get ready, and not just looking at, you know, prepping as a short-term thing. You're married to this shit
Right.
once you get in it, right?
For real. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not a Listen, man. I'll entertain it a little more in the other hour, the next hour, but yeah, I think people are into this shit because it's a fad, like anything else, like the stupid silhouette challenge and all that shit. Everything is a fad. I think
Yeah.
a lot of it
Yeah.
is what we realize we have to do now. Um, being that you have a backup plan, which is great.
Mhm.
What is going to force you out of that situation?
I've always said this too. Like, if it gets to the point where we have to bug out from here, things are really bad. Like, there's tanks rolling down the street, in our neighborhood. It would have to be an overwhelming force that we couldn't repel at all. Um, like I said, our main plan is to bug in here and to defend this place. And we have plans. Like, I don't want to tell everything that we have to repel people. Um, we have enough folks that would be here, as part of the mag to run security. Gosh, we did recon out like in a 5 square mile radius around our little neighborhood out in the country,
Right.
and we know what bridges to take out if we have to keep people. If things are that bad. But yeah, but if it would for us to leave here, it would have to be bad. It would just be an overwhelming force we couldn't withstand. Because I'm not going to put my kids in that type of situation.
Gotcha. Would your kids be ready to? Well, first of all, uh, what are the rough ages of your kids?
18, 15, 12, and we have a 2-year-old.
Well, minus the 2-year-old, I think the other 2 or 3 can. Are they ready to defend if they had to?
I mean, they all know how to shoot. They all have their own weapons.
Okay.
My 12-year-old is a shooter. She's going to be something else, man. She keeps at it. She's just got a Hawkeye for it. But we talk about things, we practice things, but as far as being ready, I don't know, it's hard to know what my kids would do in that situation. I'd hate for them to be in that situation, but I hope that I've instilled enough in them, that they could at least pull the trigger when they had to.
Very good. It's funny because a lot of people I talk to, their kids are like younger. You sound like you got kids that are old enough to tackle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Should it get down to it. So, considering you threw ages at me, and I'm doing the math in my head. How old are you?
39.
All right, yeah, just around the same age I started. All right, very good. No, that's a good roundabout number of first of all kids they have, and the age range is pretty good too, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So did I ask this already? What got you into prepping? What was the, I don't want to say fear factor, but the spark?
Uh, Honestly, when I got home from overseas, I mean, I was really kind of messed up, and one thing that really helped me was I didn't know it was prepping, but I was just always storing up food, always scrounging up supplies, and it just got to the point where it was kind of therapeutic for me,
Okay.
and I started reading more on it, reading up on survivalism and stuff like that. And that really got me into it. And then I discovered what I heard the word prepper. I don't remember where I heard it from, but I was like, that's what I am. And that's what really got me into prepping because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I was just hoarding stuff. And I started studying real preppers and finding out what prepping preparedness lifestyle is. And it was a love affair from that point on.
Very good. Fort Langford, thank you for the donation. Irish Rebel, thank you for the donation. Wolfmeal 99, thank you for the donation. So I'm testing my memory out again, guys, because I think I'm losing my mind. So I'm trying to read this and then remember it and without writing it down. Just a little bit of a thing for me. Well, I see where you what branch you served in, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What branch of service did you serve in?
I was in the Army.
Yeah. I mean, I see the flag, but a lot of people wouldn't put
Yeah.
two and two together. Yeah. But what was your MOS?
I was 19 Delta, I was Cav Scout.
Cat Scout?
Cavalry Scout. Cavalry.
Cavalry. Okay.
I was a scout.
Oh shit! All right, very good. And then a lot of guys are starting to put their designation in there now. All right. So how long did you serve?
4 years.
Okay. Yeah, the fucking four and done, right?
Yeah. Get that college money.
Oh, okay, gotcha. um, very good, man. And listen, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Uh, that's a good thing what you guys do. A lot of you guys do it. That's pretty cool. Um, so thank you again. So, because you've actually did it, because you've actually started as a prepper and then moved over to homesteading, what are the two major differences in prepping versus homesteading, or homesteading versus prepping?
I would say something I've noticed is like when I was focusing on prepping and storing food, it came more about finding ways to store food for a longer amount of time. And but when it comes to homesteading, growing your own food, I realized how important canning was going to be, and preserving food, and having smokehouses and all that stuff. So it's more about skills and infrastructure when you're homesteading than it is about gathering, stuff, gathering materials, and learning to preserve, long-term food that way. And I mean, that's why the past year, for sure, we've been trying to focus on building infrastructure here and learning skills to use it.
Wait, so out of all of everything you just said, you have a smoker?
No, but we have plans to build a smokehouse.
Okay.
Because there's pigs. We have a board. We were supposed to slaughter him a month ago, and it was just raining every day, and we couldn't do it.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
You didn't give him a name, did you?
I name all my animals. I really did, and I have no problem slaughtering them and eating them. I think it's cruel not to.
Okay, instead of like, hey, you over there, pig one and pig two.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, I get it. That, you know what? That's the part I'm looking forward to. The actual, slaughtering of an animal. Hopefully, when I get my land or homestead or whatever it is, I always find that interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That people can just look at an animal, raise it, and then, all right, you're dead. And then
Yeah.
slaughter and kill it.
Yeah.
I always think that's fascinating, just because look where I live. Everything's given to us for the most part. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like I try to give them as good a life as I can while they're here because they're going to sustain me and my family. So I think it would be cruel not to name them, just call them meat or bacon. Well, I do have a pig named Bacon, but
bacon.
not to be mean. Not to be mean. Just that's his name.
Nice. Hey, bacon, come here. Um, that's pretty interesting, man. So when we were talking about bug out locations and backups, do you guys have bug out bags?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 5 in the closet ready to go. Just different for different stuff. We have a medical bug out bag. It's got most of our medical gear. We have a food bug out bag, and then my wife has emergency bug out bag, and then I have my. I just call it my ready bag. It's the bag I take with me everywhere I go, and then each of my kids has their own bag.
Nice.
So,
That's a nice setup. So, um, when you go to work, do you take your ready bag with you, or do you have a get home bag in the truck?
I keep my ready bag with me, and it has what I need if I have to walk home for a week. It has what I need in it, and I also stash stuff in my work van too, like extra food, water, and supplies, stuff like that, just in case.
So if you not getting into distance, but fuck it, I am. If you some shit goes down and the EMP happens and fucks your car, how long would it take you to get home from your job? Oh, sorry, from your job to home.
Okay, so I mean, what I do, I'm a respiratory technician, and I drive all over the state.
Okay.
The farthest out I have to drive is 400 miles away from home, and that's the long. Like it would take me at least a week to walk from that position. So that's why I store for a week. But most of the other times during the week, I mean, it would take me a day or two to walk home.
Wow.
So I just try to plan for the worst case.
Gotcha. You plan for the furthest distance to home.
Right.
Wow, that's actually because it's funny if I'm home, I mean if I'm at work and some shit goes down, I'm 3 miles away. Like
Yeah.
that's strange. And I don't even
Yeah.
I have a small bag with me, but it's nothing. Not like you. Not what you're carrying. You probably have, wow, a week.
I mean, it has changed a lot actually. This is evolved. When I first started doing it, I had a huge bag just packed with all kinds of crap. And I've just tried to pare it down and find slimmer ways to do what I need, and like for shelter for a week, for food, for for fuel, for to make fire, just whatever I need. I try to keep it as slim as I can.
Yeah. Now, out of curiosity, you said 400 miles is the furthest, right? That would have to take
Uh-huh.
that would take longer than a week, no? That would take almost 2 weeks, or just about. I'm figuring 20 miles a day, 14 days, right?
hmm
That's a lot of walking,
Maybe I'm
man.
not. You know what it is? I'm thinking 400 miles there and back. So it's really about 200 miles.
Gotcha.
It's the
Gotcha.
farthest out.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking the whole trip, but yeah,
Shit. I'm
because
like, yo.
I did the math you just did, 20 miles a day
Mhm.
when I was thinking a week. So
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, and I know if me and the family had to bug out on foot to my buddy's land, he's about 50 miles. No, 49 miles. All right, fuck it, 50 miles. And I figured that would take us anywhere between 3 to 4 days to get there. If I'm by
hmm
myself and I push, I can get there in three. But with my family, there's no way we'd be able to make that distance. But damn, man, that's a 200 miles is still long.
yeah,
That's still a lot, man.
I mean, and in a shift situation, who knows what you're going to run into when you're covering 200 miles?
True.
I mean, it could be a lot longer. You're right. I mean, I do have stuff to where, I mean, if I have to live off the land, if I have to trade, if I have to scavenge, whatever. But just living out of my bag, I can do it a week.
Now, provided that the shit goes down, and you got to walk, you have something for yourself to protect yourself on that walk home.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Always have something.
Yeah, yeah, you guys need it. Unfortunately for us New Yorkers, or at least New York City guys, we have to use harsh language and all kinds of this shit.
Yeah. Gotta get creative, huh?
Oh, big time, big time. Slingshots, throwing shit at the bad guy. Cans of spam, whatever the fuck it is. That's what we have to adapt.
Yeah.
T Fisher, thank you for the donation. Travel Nurse Prepper, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it, guys. And then there was another one. No, there wasn't. That was it. That was it for a bit. All right. So my next question for you is, how much of your I don't know how to question it, so excuse me. How much of your native background um, supports your prepping or your skills, your survival skills, if you will?
I would say a good bit of it. A good bit of it does. The way my father, my grandparents raised us, um, to learn to commune with nature, to appreciate what's around you, to appreciate the woods, appreciate the wildlife, to understand how it works, to understand how it interacts with each other and with us. To know that there's medicines in the woods, to know that how animals move through the woods and stuff like that. That's something my father always ingrained in us growing up. And I mean, those skills, I didn't realize like he was instilling certain skills in us, until I got older and started hunting and teaching stuff to my own kids. So I'd say a good bit of it does.
Very good. Do you still speak the language? Has that been passed on to you?
No, we used to speak it a lot when I was younger. Um, I actually met someone that's always in your chats who grew up. I think he still lives where I grew up. He still speaks it because he was throwing some words at me that I hadn't heard in a long time.
Okay, very good.
But I haven't spoken a word of it, and I bet over 2 decades.
Wow, wow. Well, would you look to get back into it? Learning it again?
I would actually. Meeting him actually sparked me. I was like, man, it'd be good to get back into that and just pick it up again because no one would know what you were speaking. Like you could just talk on the radio and no one would know what you're speaking. I mean, who knows these languages? You know what I'm saying? Of certain small tribes.
That's fair. That's a good idea, man. That's good. Yeah, like the movie Code Talker, right? Code
Absolutely.
Talk, Wind Talker. Sorry, with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, the Navajo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That was actually cool, man. It was a cool fucking and that's a cool idea. I mean, and now thinking about it, I think I think, right, Wind Talkers. I think that would be best for you guys to communicate that way because you're right. Who the fuck's gonna know what you're saying? You know,
Exactly.
somebody on
Yeah.
the other
They'd
end is
be
like,
confused as hell.
yeah, like what is this French? So they're not gonna know. So that's that's pretty cool, man. So I would say in the prepping community before you became a homesteader, were there any mistakes you made as a prepper that as a homesteader you look back on it now and you go, what the fuck was I thinking?
um, Yeah, like I said, when I first started, I was just hoarding stuff, and I would go on Amazon. Like I would see, watch like Survivor Man or Bear Grylls. Oh, I need to get something like that, and I would just order something, and it would sit in a box or my bag or a closet, and I wouldn't really use it or even learn, the proper way to use things. And I look back now and it was a waste. I don't know how much food I've thrown away. I was just hoarding food, not realizing you're supposed to rotate stuff out and look at expiration dates and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that was wasteful. That was stupid. And a lot of times I look back and think about all the money I wasted because I wasn't prepping properly.
Shit, that happens to everyone. I think you know what? I don't think it doesn't matter how many YouTube channels are there or how many people follow and read books. You're always going to throw fucking food away. Always. I think listen, not for nothing. I'd rather throw food away than not have it.
Not,
You know,
not have it.
right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
I always look at it as food is an expendable or an acceptable loss. I'm expected to lose a lot of shit, but that's why I tell people freeze dried and MREs. Though MREs are not the greatest choice, but they do last a very fucking long time. And I haven't thrown any out yet. Actually, I've had some of them better than 10 years. Again, right condition. Um, Bug out Bushido. Thank you for the donation, man. Thank you, appreciate it. So
What's up, bug out?
yeah, been meaning to talk to him for a while. Been fucking hiding for
Yeah, he's a
for
good dude.
yeah. I've been meaning to talk to him for a little bit to get him on here. I do like his shit. So, and he is an interesting guy. So that's that's the other thing.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So, um, well now, the homesteading. What is your because we got 15 minutes left. We're gonna take questions and then we're gonna jump right over to the other channel, and then we're gonna open it up wide on that. That's right. But as a homesteader, what is your end goal? Like, I never hear of a homesteader say, "Well, my end goal is to be here, here, and here." What is your end goal?
Well, a lot of my end goals, and one thing I found since we've been doing this, just in the past 4 years, is your goals change constantly as you learn and grow. But our vision here is to, like I said, produce our own electrical grid. We have a small solar grid already, but we want to add wind and to be like over 100% food growth efficiency, so that we can, use the overflow for animals, use it for trade, use it to sell, whatever. Also, we want to learn to make biodiesel. That's something I've really been researching.
Okay.
That way we can produce our own fuel. We want to have our own lumber mill. That way, whatever building projects we have, we produce our own lumber. We don't have to worry about going to Lowe's and paying 3 times the price for lumber. Let's see, what else? I guess that's about it. Just whatever we need. Like we want to learn to produce our own clothing. We want to learn to raise whatever animals we need. We're trying to learn to get into herbal medicines, just to know what we have around us. I've been studying the local plants, just trying to figure out what we have here, like what we can use. But that's where we're heading. I want to be able to do this full time. I guess that's where I'm headed towards. So if we could produce all our food, all electricity, go part time at the job, and not have to worry about.
Well, I think what would be great, would be awesome for you, is for the channel to document every step of the way, along with the rants, and then the shit blow up, and then you don't have to go to your full time job. You you stay there and you film, and you make money, and it helps you build your what you call it. That's the goal.
Be awesome.
Yeah, that's a nice thing for us to see, if you will. Cat Lady Prepper, thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Hey, Cat Lady.
Yeah, I listen, man. That's an awesome goal. And the thing is, you're 39. I'm 43. I figure I got 20 years, 25 years. While my body's still functioning. To do it. So
right.
My goal is in the next
Absolutely.
5 to have land and start doing some shit like that. And the thing about the land too is like you can pass it on. That's the great thing about it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's like building your own little kingdom, that you hand down to your kids. They continue it on.
All right, so first question, Bullfrog Swamp Homestead, thank you for the donation. First question is from Prepping Outside the Box. How far would you go to survive? That's for you. All the questions are for you.
Okay. How far would I go to survive?
Yeah.
As far as it took. Everything I do is for my family, and my kids, my wife, even my parents. Try to take care of my parents because they took care of me. So whatever it took to make sure everyone was okay. If that's what you're asking, POTB.
Second question, and I've never heard of this, but whatever. Uh, are the feathers tactical? They dipped in poison for self-defense.
Oh, you know it. Absolutely.
I'm like, I looked at him. I'm like, they don't look like they can cut, but okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, yeah. Nah, this total for sure.
Roger that. And what do they represent? I know we had this conversation. You answered this before on one of your videos. What does it represent?
Each feather was like earned. The animal that originally wore it, gave the feathers to me. So the first feather I got was a red-tailed hawk, which represented my resilience. The second feathers I got were the turkey feathers, and that represents my birth. And then the last one I got recently, well, not recently, but a few years ago, is the raven feathers, and that represents my cunning. Man, that damn raven. Jesus. I'm going to tell that story one day.
Yeah? Very good.
Yeah.
Are you on deck to get more?
I mean, I have other feathers that I don't wear.
Okay.
Well, my first wife passed away years ago in a car accident.
Okay.
And a cardinal. I got some cardinal feathers from a cardinal. In our kind of mythology, where I grew up, when a cardinal comes and sits on a branch or just comes near you and looks at you, it's supposed to be a spirit of someone that's passed on. And that happened after she died, and he was praying and he dropped 2 feathers.
Oh shit! Wow. Well, sorry to hear that, man, and that still is a cool story.
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. So Wolfbane Hollow. My God. What part of the country are you located in?
I'm in South Carolina.
No shit. All right. Very good. Yeah, my son lives in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's way north of you, but he's like the northern edge of North Carolina. He moved to a new city. I can't fucking remember for the life of me where it was. But I'm gonna ask him as soon as I get off. So Hutch is asking, does Native have plans to build anything on his land?
God, yeah. So we have so many plans. Like I said, we're planning on working on laying the foundation for the smokehouse all this summer. Hopefully, we'll have it ready by the fall. We have to expand all our greenhouses because they can't produce enough food.
Okay.
We have fence projects coming up, a windmill project coming up. We're planning to build tons of stuff.
Nice, very good.
The bug out cabin, we're working on that. That's gonna be a devout spot.
Very good. So, what is your Native American name?
My Native American name?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
No?
It wasn't like any kind of, yeah.
No shit.
It wasn't any kind of like special.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, motherfucker, how'd you ask me that? So, Wolfbane asked what part of the country you're homesteading, and you already answered that. Sorry, guys, I froze the question. All right. Great man is asking, sorry. Do you feel you learned good skills with your stint in the Army that can be used for a Shahistafan event?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. I think any military person or law enforcement person, EMS, any of that stuff, they would tell you there's certain skills when you're put in emergency life or death situations that it's not even about skills. It's just about your perception has changed because you realize you're in this situation and how you handle it and what emotions it runs through you, the adrenaline, how to deal with that, how to keep a clear head, how to not panic. I mean, all that comes into play, but just the training you get, knowing how you can push your body physically, knowing what it takes, knowing how to stay up for 2 or 3 days and not go crazy. Of course, the the firearms training is invaluable. I mean, some of that muscle memory is still there, years later.
Right.
And tactics, all kinds of stuff.
Very good. Nice, man. And that's probably the upside of the military that I wish I would have taken seriously. Have done or been more mature. Wish I would have I done that. But but then again, that's why guys like yourself and other people that I talk to who train me and put me in put me on the right path to shooting better, if you will. So that's
awesome.
Right. So you guys, your skill definitely does help outside, which is great. So Marbury is asking, would Native leave an immobilized person behind to save the rest of the family? That is a good question.
Yeah, that is a good one. I mean, I'm gonna be honest and say it would be a case by case basis, man. Just because if I saw someone, I just know myself, and as much as I'd like to try to be hard and say, "Nah, man, fuck that person."
Fuck that person.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I know. Especially if it was like a kid or something,
Right.
Or a lady or someone I knew. I mean, I would have to make sure my family was okay. But if I could help someone, I would. But if it did put my family in jeopardy, I mean, I might just have to deal with it. Have to deal with the guilt of just saying goodbye.
Right. Yeah, listen. I mean, I know, yeah. See, but family, that's a harder decision. Like a person you see, you're like, man, I just met you 5 minutes ago. See you later, That's a little
exactly.
easier, right?
Yeah.
But, family, that's a way fucking harder decision. But we shall see. Are the chickens staying out of the... Bushcraft family's asking, are the chickens staying out of your shit?
Man, they're staying out of the fruit garden, but I posted a video right before this where they got into one of my other gardens.
No shit. They wrecked it?
Yeah, aggravated. They ate every green plant that had sprouted.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and look at that. It's it's funny, like you guys, again, the homesteading guys, you guys tell some funny stories, man. Especially like guys that are just starting out or beginning. They're like, these fucking animals, they did X, Y, and Z, And
yes.
I find it funny just because it's it's in the grand scheme of things. I'm pretty sure you look back on it, and you probably already did, and go, that was fucking funny, Or years down the line, you'll be like, you'll tell the story and you start laughing about it. I think. I think shit like that is funny all the time. All right, guys. So we are closing in on the hour. We're going to shut this down in about 2 minutes and switch over to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to have another, knockout, drag out political discussion because, dude, the shit this last week that went down, I'm like, what the fuck, really? So. Yeah, see, he's getting ready. He's fucking priming himself to fucking let go. So, okay. So
trigger warning.
Yeah. So NC Mountain Mama asks, do you have bees on your homestead or prepstead?
I do. I do not have bees. I've been studying. I've been watching the other channels who keep bees and asking questions. And I really want to get bees to really go to the next level in our garden and to learn to make honey.
That's a fucking very good endeavor, man. Fucking beekeeping. I know a guy who does it. Yeah, and he did it because he was bored during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, he decided he was going to get a bee farm, and I was like, that's fucking insane. But now I see the allure of it and why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Prepper 101, I might have gotten your email. I don't know. I got to check my spam. For some reason, Gmail's been acting up and throwing everybody's shit in spam. I don't know why. But we are definitely going to talk about something between Google and YouTube in the next hour. All right, guys. So head over to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to start it up in about 2-3 minutes. I'm pretty sure one of us is going to have to take a leak at some point, so you might as well do it during the transition. All right, guys. See you over there.